Hey, Chazz. Thanks for joining us.
No problem.
All right. Our first question will come from Mike Toper. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Chazz. Congrats on the win. Pretty simply, how does it feel for the second year in a row to win B2 and have the victory bell coming back to Chapel Hill with you guys?
It feels good. We wanted to come out here, play hard, play well, and bring the bell back. We did that, so we're really ecstatic about the outcome of the game.
All right, let's go over to Andrew Jones.
Hey, Chazz, while the offense was rolling on one side of the field, it looked like you guys were really physical and kind of had a purpose out there in the first quarter. What was the difference in your approach today as opposed to last week?
I don't know. I think we just felt challenged going into this week, so just try to come out and play hard, set the tone from the beginning of the game. And I mean, really, just people did their jobs. They did what they're supposed to do, and that's all you can ask for. Play hard and play physical and do your job.
What about the guys up front, especially the interior linemen? How did they play today?
I think they played well. I have to watch the film. I mean, until I get a good grasp. But I mean, from coming off the field, I felt like they played well. They played physical. They didn't peek in out of gaps, so that was good for the most part. So I mean, I think they played good coming off, the field.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, let's go over to Greg Barnes.
Hey, Chazz. Mac talked about the importance of not letting a loss beat you twice. 2 games in a row where you guys have come off a loss and played really well. What's team leadership like and kind of addressing that and making sure guys are able to bounce back quickly?
I mean, yeah. I mean, from the jump, Monday's practice, I mean, everybody in the defensive room really wanted to come out and play hard this week. Not sulk on it. Just be ready for this week and come out and play hard and get the bad taste out of our mouth. So that was really the mindset of the defense from the defensive perspective for the week. And we just want to come out there and play hard and go out there and win the game for us.
Great, thank you.
Our next question will come from Chapel Fowler.
Hey, Chazz. Mac mentioned how banged up the secondary has been. Just wanted your assessment of how those guys played behind you, obviously with a lot of moving pieces and guys playing in different positions, younger guys playing.
Yeah, I mean, I think Cam, Day, and Treese, and then Trey played really well for the most part today. I know Treese made a lot of good plays, and then Cam covered well and was able to fill the box well today. So I think that, I mean, coming off the field, I think they played really well today, and we need that going forward.
Thanks.
All right, Ross Martin, go ahead.
Hey, Chazz, were there any younger defenders who were getting some extra time today that stood out to you? Maybe when you were out of the game, you saw that really jumped out, obviously before you've seen some tape on those guys?
I think Miles Murphy bull rushed a guy, and I think got in on a sack. And then Kadri, I think, made a play on the quarterback, him with Eugene. So it was good, seeing those guys make plays because I think they'll be really good for us in the future. So, yeah, I mean, those are the ones that stuck out in my mind, just being on the sideline.
Are you noticing more depth on defense kind of slowly getting to where you can have a pretty good two deep, kind of past the halfway part of the season now?
I mean, yeah, I think really it's for the interior D-line. We got to be able to rotate guys because to keep our D-linemen fresh. I think that's a big thing. How any defense is going to be successful is with the big guys up front. So I mean, as long as we can work in depth where we don't really drop off from our 1s and 2s, I think that'd be good, and our defense will be much better that way.
Thanks, Chazz.
Okay, Chazz, that's all we got for you today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Jeremiah, welcome. Thanks for joining us. If you have a question for Jeremiah Gemmel, please use the raise hand function. And our first question comes from Brian Keys.
Hey, Jeremiah, did the team do anything differently today preparing for this game versus Virginia? You guys started out really strong, especially on defense.
Yeah, we knew coming into the game that, Duke they didn't really pride themselves on running the QB. They they wanted to get the balls, the touches on the backs a lot. So the game plan was totally different going this week compared to Virginia last week. We focused more on their stretch game, their inside zone, and their counter rather than a QB run game.
And then when they brought in their backup and he was a bit more of a dual threat, how did you guys think you handled that? He was picking up some yards in the fourth quarter.
I think we handled it pretty well for not preparing for it all week and them not using it all season in their scheme. So yeah, I think we did pretty good. He was running a couple times on the drive when we had him backed up, but we were able to get off the field and not give up any points.
All right, thank you.
Our next question will come from Greg Barnes.
Jeremiah, trying to get this thing working right. The defense has had its best games when the offense has been able to score early. I know there's a complementary aspect there, but when the offense is able to get you guys a lead, what changes kind of with the emotionally and kind of from a mental aspect for you guys?
Well, I can't speak for everybody, but the first thing that goes to my mind is when we start getting up on a team, maybe by a touchdown or two or even three, is I start looking at their scheme. Their scheme starts to change a lot. I mean, we've seen empty a lot from them this game, and that's something we didn't really expect to see from them at all, because they haven't showed it at all throughout the season except late in the games for 2-minute offense. So for me, it was just looking to see what they were going to come out in, since we were up by a couple touchdowns, and what they went to was empty, and we just went to our empty checks and played it like that.
And Mac talked about the importance of not letting a loss beat you twice. What was the team's approach from a kind of a leadership aspect with the players and bouncing back from that Virginia game?
I mean, it was kind of just like the same situation as the Florida State game. I mean, we lose on the way at 8:00, and we come back home and we face a rival. Like we played NC State, and now we lost at 8:00 late game. And now we come back and we play at 12:00 and we face another rival team. So I think the sense of importance was important throughout the week, because we're coming to face a rival team. And I think that's something that everybody took seriously throughout the week. We buried Virginia on Sunday, and I think we did a good job of putting it away on Sunday and getting ready for Duke.
Great. Thank you.
All right, last one for Jeremiah comes from Todd Gibson.
Hey, Jeremiah, does it ever get old beating those guys?
I wouldn't necessarily say that, because since I've been here, I've lost 2 times to them. So personally, I can't say it. I'm 2-2 with them right now. So I'm just glad that we could get the seniors another win in a row for them, and hopefully continue the streak.
Thanks, Jeremiah.
No problem.
All right. Thanks, Jeremiah. Appreciate your time.
Yep. Thank you.
Javonte, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We will take our first question from Ross Martin.
Miles for Gemmel, but hey, Javonte, man, you had an incredible game. I mean, what was it like just running like you did in the first half, especially with 4 touchdowns? And how are you feeling? And was everything clicking for you?
Yeah, it felt great. Anytime the O-line can get pushed like that and open up holes, not only does it open up the run game, but I feel like it also opened up the pass game. And when we clicking like that, I feel like the defense plays better also, because you don't have to be on the field so long. So, yeah, just when everything clicking, it feels amazing.
A lot of us haven't played football. What's it like to just freaking truck somebody at the goal line to score? The dude bounces off into like a different galaxy.
Nah, I don't know. Like, I don't be feeling it. Like, I don't be feeling it. When they try to tackle, it just seems like they slip off. I don't know what it is.
Okay, thanks, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back over to Mike Toper.
Hey, Javonte, congrats on the win. I believe every one of your drives resulted in a touchdown in the first half, except for the halftime whistle. What was going so right for you guys, and what's it like going into halftime, being in that groove?
I feel like it was just the balance. Like, we wasn't running the ball every time, we wasn't throwing the ball every time. Like, I don't think Duke knew what was coming, like what we was gonna do every play. So just keeping them off balance and just executing every play. I feel like that's really what kept us going.
Okay, let's jump over to Gregory Hall.
Javonte, do you think you should be a Heisman Trophy candidate?
Nah, I'm just glad we winning. I don't try to get caught up in all that stuff.
And then when you guys are routing your rival like that, and I saw one time when you ended up in their bench, they started jawing at you, and all you did was point up to the scoreboard. How does that feel that you're able to do that?
It felt great. I was running the ball. The dude had pushed me out of bounds, and one of their players like tried to put his shoulder into me, and I kind of bounced back. He started talking, and I just told him look at the scoreboard. I feel like the scoreboard does enough talking for me.
All right, let's go over to Deanna King. Deanna King, go ahead.
Hey, Javonte, you're known to break tackles. What was your thoughts when you saw Michael run over the other Michael Carter in the end zone?
Yeah, that was crazy. Just the fact that the dude name was Michael Carter too, and I don't know, Mike got it in him. He's shifty. He really a complete back. He can juke, he can truck, he can do anything you want him to.
All right, last one for Javonte comes from Brian Keys.
Hey, Javonte. Mac talked a little bit about how the start of the game was kind of reversed. Usually you guys start with a lot of run plays and then start throwing it a little later, and that was kind of swapped. So I was just wondering, what was that like for you to see Sam, air it out at the beginning and then kind of work the run game later on?
Yeah, Sam's starting quarterback for a reason. We all trust him just to make the right reads. When he does that, if it's a run or a pass, we just go with it and we live with the results. And usually it's good.
And then coming into this game, do you guys feel like you were more prepared than against Virginia? You came out really strong, especially on offense.
Yeah, I think we was more prepared. It seemed like we was more into it, more focused going into the game, and the result we showed that today.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Javonte, thank you for your time.
We got Sam Brady.
Hey, Sam.
What's going on?
We will grab our first question from Mike Toper. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Sam, want to ask you now, you're 2 for 2 against Duke and bringing the victory bell. I know it must have been a little bit different that they didn't have fans here, but how good does it feel to beat them and again bring the bell back at Chapel Hill?
Yeah, it feels good. We know how important this game is, and just how much it means to our fans and how much it means to people in this state. So that's something we definitely want to accomplish every year, is keeping that bell in Chapel Hill. I definitely feel good about the way we played today.
All right, back over to Deanna King.
Hey, Sam, congrats on the win. You really didn't hit on the long ball today, but you got Javonte and Michael involved. How lucky are you to have two backs that can catch the ball out of the backfield as well?
Yeah, we're really lucky. I think that's one way where both those guys have really improved from last year is in the passing game. They've been a really big part of our passing game this year. That's something both of those guys put a lot of time into, and I feel really comfortable throwing to both of those guys. A lot of times on third down, people just kind of drop and they're worried about our receivers, and our backs are wide open underneath, and then they have a lot of space for catch and run. So we're definitely blessed to have those guys as a part of our passing game. They've done a really good job with it this year.
Thank you.
All right, Greg Barnes, go ahead.
Hey, Sam, 12 of the first 17 plays by my count were pass plays. I know they were stacking the box. Kind of what was the game plan coming in? Is it to get rid of the ball quickly?
Yeah, pretty much the same as always. They were, like you said, they were stacking the box pretty early. So we had like some RPO type stuff on. So they weren't technically pass play calls, to answer your question. But yeah, they were just loading the box up, trying to take the run away, and just left them space for the receivers to make some plays.
Good deal. Thank you.
All right, Gregory Hall, go ahead.
Sam, what are your thoughts on Javonte Williams being a Heisman Trophy candidate?
100% behind that movement. He definitely should be in the talk for the Heisman Trophy. He's a tremendous player. He's played probably the best season running back has played this year so far. So we're definitely blessed to have Javonte on this team. And yeah, I'm 100% behind the Javonte for Heisman movement.
Where have you seen him improve the most this season?
I just think overall, every single aspect of his game, he's just gotten better at. I think he sees the game a little bit better. His vision's gotten better. I think he has a lot more balance than he does last year. He was still trucking guys and running through guys last year, but I think this year he's really taking that to another level. And another way is in the passing game as well. He's been a really big factor there. So he really has done a really good job. He's turned into a complete back, and there's really no bad part of his game. He has it all. He can do it all.
Thank you.
All right. Our last question today will come from Adam Smith. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Sam, you guys got off to such a fast start, 14 points really quickly, and it's 21-0 before the first quarter was out. Just what did you think was working so well from the start? And, was that an important thing to just establish that?
I would say the O-line. They were creating movement in the run game, and we were hitting on some fast plays. So just having that balance early on is how we were able to be so successful in that first quarter. The defense didn't really know what they really wanted to take away, and they didn't know what was coming every snap. So just having that balance and the way our O-line played, not only in the run game and the passing game as well. I think we had one sack today, which was really on a run play where it was an RPO type deal. That was 100% my fault. So we're really proud of the way the O-line played. And I think when the O-line plays like that, you see the results on the scoreboard.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, Sam. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.